everyone, so today I'm going to do a video talking about my top 10 favorite MAC Neutral Eyeshadows. So I get a lot of questions actually with my palette. Every time I show this, I've taken obviously 10 of them out now, and every time I hold this up in the camera I get people asking, oh, what's this color, what's this color? And instead of showing you all of them, because that can kind of get a bit long and boring, I thought I'd show you like the top 10 neutral ones that I grab for all the time. And this is really like, this was hard because obviously I love my MAC shadows. I think I have like over 40 of them by now. I just love going back to them because the textures of like the ones that I have are just always tried and true. Every time I put them on, they're just consistent, they just work and they perform how they should. And I don't really have any, well, except one eyeshadow, I don't really have any duds in my MAC collection. I'm really careful about which ones I buy. By the way, this is just a different palette. This is not a MAC palette. This is one of the Uni palettes. It's a bit smaller, so I like this more for traveling, but I've just stuck them in there. The first eyeshadow here is Shroom. And I really like Shroom because it's a perfect neutral shade if you have sort of lighter, fair skin tone. But I think it also works well on medium skin tone. Maybe if you have like really dark skin, it might look ashy on you, but sort of medium to light skin tone, this is a really nice one because it is a satin finish, which means it has a little bit of sheen, but it's not super frosty. And I like to use this sometimes underneath my brow or just blending out stuff when I'm doing smoky eyes, because sometimes I don't want like super lots of shimmer on there, and it's just a really nice neutral color. It blends very nicely. And this is called Malt. And this is the perfect transition color for very fair skin. So if you have light skin and you're finding it hard to find a good transition color to blend out darker shadows, so it's a matte finish and it has a very light, almost like a beige, brownish, almost slightly pink toned color to it. So it's very natural looking. I like to use this in my crease. Sometimes all I'll do is use like a lighter color on my lid and then this in the crease and eyeliner, and that's it. This is just kind of gives definition to my crease. The next one that I also use a lot is this one. It's called Soft Brown. This is another great transition color. This one is a little bit darker than Malt. So if you look at them here, comparison, you can see that Soft Brown looks a bit darker. It's a little bit more brown. It's a little bit more ochre color. Like this is kind of an ochre brown color to me, and I like to use this when I'm doing darker smoky eyes, like if I'm using black or deep brown or something on the lid. This is a really great one to transition out. It's also, I think, matte texture, so there's no shimmer or anything. One of my first shadows that I ever purchased from MAC and that I think I've used so much over the years is this one, and this is Wood-Winked. I think this is one of MAC's best eyeshadows all around. This one in Satin Taupe, which is going to be the next one that I show you, but they're kind of like quintessential matte colors to me. I don't think there's any other brand that does these colors better. Wood-Winked is such a nice rusty old gold color. So it's a gold, but it's a sort of a bronze and gold. Gold colors like the yellow golds don't really flatter my skin tone at all because I'm so fair. It just looks kind of yellowish on my skin. And Wood-Winked is kind of going more into the bronzy gold family, and it's a Volux Pearl finish, which is one of my favorite finishes from MAC. It's shimmery but not super frosty, so it has a nice sheen to it, almost like a metallic sheen. It is an absolute dream to blend. If you have Wood-Winked, there is no way that you can not blend this to absolute perfection. The next one is another quintessential MAC color that I think so many brands have tried to copy, and it's Satin Taupe. Like a purpley taupe brown color. So it has a little bit of those mauve tones in it, but then it also has that taupey brown tone. So it's very flattering, and this works on any skin type, I think, because it looks different on everyone. And I own this shade, and one time my friend was wearing it and I was like, oh, what eyeshadow is that? And she's like, oh, it's MAC Satin Taupe. And I'm like, what? It looks so different on me. So it is one of those colors that really adjusts to different undertones, I think, in the skin, and that's, I think, what makes it so versatile and so great. And another great daytime eyeshadow. The next one, I think this is called All That Glitters, another Volux Pearl. Can you see a trend here? I like mattes and Volux Pearls. It's like a warm peach color, almost going into the slightly golden umber shade, but it's another really gorgeous finish, very easy to blend. This is great if you're doing any kind of bridal work. If you are going to a wedding, a prom, a graduation, or something like that, get this shade because it's super flattering and it's great for those kinds of occasions. And I love this. It just really brightens the eye, makes it look really beautiful, but also natural. This one over here, I've almost like used it up. It actually broke and I repressed these shadows. If you ever break a shadow, you can repress them. I have a video tutorial on that, just as a side note, because some of these are repressed. So I'll have a link for that below if you want to repress any of your eyeshadows. And Just is another really nice one. I think this is a frost finish as far as I can remember, but it doesn't look super gaudy or something. It's a very nice shimmering light salmon color, and I used to use this all the time as a highlight because I thought it was just kind of, it's interesting. It's a different sort of highlight than using like a neutral skin tone color. It blends really well with bronzes, or you can use it with browns. It's just a nice different kind of highlight. If you have darker skin also, you can use it as an inner corner highlight, just a little touch of shimmer there. It looks gorgeous, really easy to blend, very pigmented. I love this shadow. The next shadow over here, this one is called Copper Plate by MAC. This is a matte squared finish, and Copper Plate is a perfect cool tone light gray. Sort of it's not a dove gray, it's more of a brownish taupey gray, but definitely on the cool side. I've actually used this sometimes on my eyebrows. If you have ashy tone eyebrows, this is actually can work for filling in your brows. Like I'll use a pencil below and then fill it in with Copper Plate, so I've used it in that way. I've also used it all over my eyes just for a really quick, easy, grayish, smoky eye. It's very pigmented, it's very easy to blend, handwritten, which I believe is another one of the matte squared finishes. It's not written on the back, but I think it's the same texture as Copper Plate. It's a burgundy brown shade, so it's definitely brown, like it's a deep warm brown, and it has a slight leaning over to the burgundy side, so it kind of makes it more interesting rather than a really flat kind of matte dull brown. This one has a very nice, almost like a Bordeaux wine finish to it, so it's a very interesting brown. It looks great with brown, any kind of brown or bronze or gold eyeshadows. I've also combined this with pink, like I had pink on the lid and then this in the crease. It looks gorgeous and very pigmented. It's matte finish, but it's easy to blend and very nice. This is called Bronze. This is also, I think, a Volux Pearl finish. And it's super pigmented. It's a gorgeous bronze shade, and I think this is such a nice fall color if you want to do like a bronzy kind of eye for fall, pair it with a burgundy lip. That's all you need. This eyeshadow, burgundy lips, winged eyeliner, and you've got the perfect fall look. But I like this also sometimes like whenever. It doesn't have to be just a fall or winter shade. It's just a really nice bronze. If you have blue eyes, try out this shadow because it'll really make the blue stand out. So that's it for my top 10 MAC neutral shades. I hope you found that interesting, and let me know what your favorite MAC eyeshadow is from the neutral kind of color palette. You can leave that in the comments. If you want to take a closer look at any of these shadows, I'll have the links below of where you can purchase them. Also, if you want to see the tutorial for this makeup look, it's my Kelly Osbourne makeup tutorial, which I've uploaded, and I'll have a link for that below so you can go and check it out. Thanks so much for watching, guys, and I'll see you later. Bye!